Oh my god, the music cut out. Well, hello and welcome back to Please Don't Livestream. Yes, it's Monday. It's that time of the week. And it's also October, like just like last week. And it's October, it's mandatory. We got to talk about horror movies. So last week we did Society, the cult classic from 1989, and this week we are doing another not cult classic. It's Friday the 13th, Part 8. Jason Takes Manhattan. Yes, the infamous Friday the 13th, Part 8. And we're doing a live commentary track, as you all hopefully know. So we're gonna keep this very short. We're just gonna, just as always, just like when we did Back to the Future, we are just gonna start the movie right from the start of the movie, and we're gonna talk about the movie, talk about some of the scenes, some of the behind the scenes stuff, and like you do on a commentary track. We had nothing to do with the movie since we were born in 1989, but we're gonna talk about it anyway. And with me as always is of course Christopher.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, hello. And I think that's that. I think we're gonna start the movie. So if you're watching the movie along with us, I'm gonna count down from 3, and then I'm gonna start the movie right from the very first second. So no skipping any scenes or anything. So everybody ready?
Yep.
Yep. Then let's go in 3, 2, 1, play. Oh, and there it is. I'm gonna lower it a little bit. So, this is it's Friday the 13th, Part 8. Jason Takes Manhattan, made in 1989. That's why we're talking about it. And it starts off very strange with these like cityscape scenes with some like weird voiceover. It's supposed to be like a radio voiceover talking about like the hard life in the city, which I guess it fits since it's New York, but it has nothing to do with the movie.
Why?
Yeah, and all these scenes are just like B-roll stuff, that because everything we see in these opening shots are things we're gonna see later.
Yeah.
But we're gonna see Jason running around like this.
Yeah, we're gonna see these guys. Well, that was just there.
Yeah.
Uh,
This alleyway.
Same place.
Yeah, we're gonna see in a couple of seconds here a couple of guys like shooting what I suppose is heroin. Those are the guys that attack our heroes later. It's weird. They're like setting up New York, and let's get that out of the way right now. The movie barely takes place in New York.
Oh yeah.
I think it's over an hour before they actually get to New York. It's insane.
But I mean, this has to be like they were selling it on Jason is not gonna be in Crystal Lake.
Yeah.
I mean, that must have been like an afterthought. That yes, in the movie he goes there to Manhattan, but that wasn't the main draw for the movie until the marketing team got it.
Well,
it has to be.
There were several ideas because at this point the series had been declining basically from I think the 4th one and forward. There were always like diminishing returns. I mean, they would make their budget back and they would make a bunch of money because like big surprise, they barely spent any money on these movies.
Oh yeah.
So the budgets were increasingly like deflating. Oh, here are the guys. He shoots heroin. We're gonna see those later. So the budgets were constantly getting smaller and smaller, as well as the profits. So they were making money off of them, but they didn't care to like try and make the movies good. They just wanted to make a small profit and then move on.
Yeah.
Paramount, that is. So they never like cared to actually consider the vision of the writer or the director. They just wanted to shoot a cheap movie and make a little bit of money on it.
Wasn't that the idea with the first one too? That was just a money grab for another project that the director really wanted to do? if I remember correctly. The first Friday 13.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. I know that, yeah, he basically didn't see it as a passion project. It wasn't like, oh, I really wanted to make a movie. He just wanted to make money to provide for his family. He saw it as a job.
Oh, okay. I thought it was he was passionate about another movie, a potential movie, but he didn't have the funds, so he had to make that one. But maybe I'm misremembering.
Yeah, from what I remember, I saw there's this very very long documentary about the whole series called Crystal Lake Memories. And he mentioned that, yeah, that he had like ideas for movies, but he knew that like the kind of artsy like indie movies he wanted to make won't make any money. So instead he opted to just, make movies that would make money so he could, not be rich, but at least, live a good life. That was his inspiration to make the first Friday the 13th. And it is admittedly by him, Sean Cunningham. It's just a rip-off of Halloween. Which it literally is. They've just set it on a different date in a different place.
But well,
But
not the first one. I mean, in the first one, there's twists and stuff in the story.
yeah,
There's
well,
no twists in Halloween.
no, that's true. But I mean, they wanted to make a movie about a killer, somewhat supernatural killer.
Yeah.
And they wanted to use like the POV shots, which they really only use in the beginning of Halloween, but almost every kill in the first movie is a POV shot. So they just borrowed like simple ideas and made their own serial killer movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this franchise was basically trash from the beginning.
Yeah, and it shows.
It shows. It definitely shows, and it definitely shows in this one. This girl, who we just saw, I don't remember her name. She, not exclusively her in this movie, but she is a terrible actress. I mean, he's not much better, but we'll see when she gets killed in a few minutes.
Wait, what? She's gonna get killed?
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Christopher decided to do absolutely no preparation for this commentary track.
I was thinking about watching the movie beforehand, but no.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna see this movie twice.
No. Yeah, you literally asked me after last week's episode, like, do I have to watch it before we do the commentary? And I was like, no, you don't. But I mean, okay.
You should.
You should, but I can't make you.
Yeah, because I remember back, because I was a big fan of slasher movies back in the days.
Yeah.
And well, I'm still am. It's not as much, but then I have rewatched these like 10 movies. I think about 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
So I have seen this movie several times before, but it was a while ago.
Oh, and here we have the first unoriginal idea of the movie. They're reviving Jason just the way they did in the last one. They just electrocute him, and then he wakes up.
And this is when he got like trapped by the psychic girl in the last one.
Yeah, they
right.
They had a little battle where she fought him with her telekinetic powers.
Yeah.
And I think like we said, I think he got caught under a bunch of rubble.
But it's the same as usual that he drowns, and then he's dead permanently. Well.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of a theme they don't really explore in these movies too much, except for in Freddy vs. Jason, the fact that like water is his weakness. Like that is never like utilized
stated
properly. Except for in Freddy vs. Jason, which is not a good movie, but it's better than this one at least.
Yeah, I mean even the remake 2009 remake, I think it was.
Yeah, 2009. Yeah.
That one, if I remember correctly, they talk quite a lot about it. Because he has like a cabin and stuff in that one.
I never finished that movie. I don't know. It's pretty terrible.
I can't.
I think he has a house though, or like a shack or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, did you see that great acting? Oh my
Oh
god,
my god.
that was so scary.
Oh my god. It was just. She was bamboozled.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh
look
no.
at her.
Ah, she's-
This is- oh my god. Uh, um, yeah. Well, and like, especially, I mean, most of the movies take place around a lake.
Mhm.
But this one, they seem to like the ending of the movie. Once again, spoilers, but hopefully people have seen this before they listen to a commentary track about it. They do drown him in the end, but it's not in water, it's in like toxic waste. So there's something there, but they I don't know. Ugh, and he's so ugly in this one. I don't know, there's something about his look. I don't know, I don't like it. I don't know what you think, but I don't like Kane Hodder as Jason. This was his second movie playing Jason.
I mean, I think he does a good job, or what do you mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I think he plays him too aggressive. But I know he's like a fan favorite. But I always preferred. I don't know the names. They were always switching around for the first 6 movies. But I like the one from. Number 5, which is technically not Jason, but it's a guy dressed up as Jason. I like him. He's more like slow and methodic. I like that because I like the Halloween movies, and it's more like, what's his name, Michael Myers.
But I think the reason I and most fans like Kane Hodder is because Jason isn't supposed to be slow and methodical. Jason's supposed to be like this, just an angry child, really.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's in Halloween there. He should be slow and methodical.
Yeah.
He's well, I wouldn't say clever, but cleverer.
Yeah.
Um,
And then I like Ken Kersinger, who plays him in Freddy vs. Jason.
oh yeah.
He's so, from what I remember, I haven't seen the movie in a few years. He's like very, very tall. He's not as buff as Kane Hodder, but he's super tall, which makes him look very like imposing.
Yeah.
And he's also, I'll point him out later, but he's actually in this movie, not as Jason, but as a stunt extra, basically. And here we have some mighty fine acting from this lady. I can't remember her name. No. She's just lying there. What is she doing? She doesn't even try to move. Look at this. And he's just slowly. There we go.
She really tried. Her best.
She really tried. Like, no, please. It's so terrible. And just bye. Ooh, and here's another one that we should probably get out of the way, right out of the way. The movie starts on Crystal Lake, a lake, not connected to any sea. It's what we in Sweden call an insjö. It's basically a big puddle. But somehow that boat we just saw, or ship technically, ends up at this dock, which is on the Atlantic. It's on the ocean, because they're gonna sail from wherever this is to New York. Oh, and here we're introduced to our main character, who has this like. There's supposed to be like a plot surrounding her with her being afraid of water, and like being like maladjusted to society, and having an overprotective uncle who takes care of her because her parents are dead. There's so much going on, but they explore basically nothing of it. Here it is. Look, the boat went from a lake to the ocean. I don't know how. They don't explain it. It's just this.
Yeah, you know.
It jumped from the lake, and I don't know. But yeah, that was also.
No, you mean when it came to when the lake stopped, Jason came out and lifted up the, and then
Oh,
he ran
right.
to the ocean.
Oh, that makes sense.
Of
Because
course.
he knew that these kids were gonna take the boat, and he wanted to kill more kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Uh, no. To get back to because we don't have to talk about the main plot of this movie. It's ridiculous,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they spend like 5 minutes of it
And
on it.
even is there even a plot? This kids going on a cruise, isn't that like the plot?
Yeah, but there was like a thing they had at least in the last one, number 7, and sort of with the Tommy Jarvis movies 4, 5, and 6. There was this. The main character had like a plot surrounding him, like a struggle or some sort of motivation, and then Jason just is in the movie. There's not really a connection between Jason and the main character other than in 5 and 6, because it's a continuation of the 4th one.
Yeah.
In the 7th one, we have the girl with the telekinetic powers who accidentally wakes up Jason, and he just decides to start chasing her. But the whole plot of her feeling responsible for killing her father with her telekinetic powers, and coming to terms with that, and being exploited by this doctor who wants to use her telekinetic powers, it has nothing to do with Jason, but it's in there, and it's almost, I don't want to say properly explored, but it's somewhat explored, and her arc has like a beginning, middle, and end in that movie. They tried to do something similar in this, because this was actually supposed to be a direct sequel to number 7. But the girl from the first movie, she's some Lar Park Lincoln was her name. She wanted too much money, so they were like, "Nah, we'll just write another movie without you. Bye." So this is like a source. They just tried to make up a new story about a new girl and fit it into this Jason movie, and it doesn't work. But speaking of this not being in or around Crystal Lake, that was the big idea for the movie when they were thinking of new ideas. That what they wanted to, or the director and writer Rob Hedden, he wanted to remove Jason from Camp Crystal because it's boring. We've seen it for 7 movies. They should try something new. Yeah, but it didn't really work, and you should keep it in that place. It's his place. People come to him. Look at this shot. I don't know. It's just it's so flat. There's no moody lighting.
Hello.
The camera's just there. He's just jumping up. Hey, who are you? I should climb this rope and start killing you for some reason.
Yeah, I don't really understand why in most slasher movies, they try to. I mean, why they try to make a plot?
Yeah,
Because people, maybe nowadays, but back in this time when slasher movies was a thing that actually made money, nobody went to see the plot. Nobody cared about people.
no, they
We
wanted
went to see people get killed in interesting ways,
Yeah,
and hopefully annoying people.
yeah, and oh, this is so weird. There's so many kids on the boat here, but they all disappear as soon as like night falls. There's like 10 kids, and 6 of those are killed, and then we don't see the rest of these people. But yeah, sorry. Oh, and here's the love interest. He's also not a great actor. There's one particular scene later.
Are you going to point out every actor is not great in this movie?
Yeah, no, I'll point out when there's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, that would be easier, I think.
Yeah, it would, because there are none.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, yeah, the first 3 movies, Friday the 13th Part 1, 2, and 3, they're and the 4th one, I suppose, they kind of look like movies, and they work as slasher movies because there's not a plot surrounding the main characters. They just go to Crystal Lake or Camp Crystal, and Jason finds them and kills them.
Yeah,
There's a little
because I
bit
mean,
of plot surrounding Tommy Jarvis, but it's not something that gets in the way. They're not trying to make like a proper movie. That happens first in the fifth one.
yeah, because I think that's what um, Nightmare on Elm Street did great, which you should do.
Mm-hmm.
Not it's not flawless, that series, obviously,
No.
but it never tried to make the main characters, or well, they never tried to make the kids in the movies the main characters. We weren't here for their story. We were here for his story. More lore about Freddy, more interesting things about his world and him, and
Yeah.
origin stories and stuff like that. Because we all know he's gonna return in the next movie. The other people probably not, maybe, and
Yeah.
that's what they should have done here too. Stop with this. This person has this story, and this person has this story.
Yeah.
This
There's a
person
lot
has
of
psychic
that.
powers. This one is great at making masks or whatever.
Yeah.
Care about Jason is the star. We're here to see Jason. These other people are just fodder.
Speaking of great actors or
Mhm.
actresses, this girl is not good, but she's not terrible, and she's probably the most fun character. I don't know, she has a cool guitar. She plays heavy metal. She got a leather jacket. She's cool. She's also the one. Except for the kids on the first boat, she's the first one to die. They
Uh,
just get rid of the most interesting character right away.
mm,
Unfortunately. Yeah, but I was gonna say about the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. Yeah, they're kind of the inverse of Friday the 13th. The first three movies, they still feel like real movies. I kind of like the second one. I know that's kind of the black sheep of the series.
yeah, second one is. My only issue with second one is that they make it's when he gets into the real world,
Yeah. That
and
part
he's like
sucks.
one head shorter than everyone. He's like in a sea of teenagers,
Yeah, and
and he's
he's the
shorter
shortest
than
one.
everyone. And they're like, "Oh no, we have to run away."
Yeah,
Really? He's he's like an angry kid.
yeah.
He's running around. That's the only thing I actually dislike with that movie.
Yeah, but yeah, the first Nightmare on Elm Street is equally about the teens as well as Freddy. I mean, those characters, at least the main character, Heather Langenkamp, the actress, her character feels fleshed out. She has a point in the movie. She's not just someone to get killed. And that's why that movie is good. And then the second one, but then she returns in the third one, and they keep like using her character and what happened with her in the first movie to inform the third movie. But they also explore more of Freddy's lore.
Yeah.
And
And in
then
the first movie, uh, yes, they feel fleshed out because everything they're doing is trying to figure out Freddy. They're not
exactly.
doing anything for themselves, really.
No, exactly.
So,
It all ties together much better.
yeah.
Then where the Friday the 13th movies stopped caring about Jason and he's just there to kill people and trying to add like these stories to the main characters, Nightmare on Elm Street started adding more character to Freddy and switching out the main characters, which is much
Yeah.
better because we know that the human characters they're just victims. Even if they defeat Freddy in the end, he's gonna come back, and they're gonna have new victims. So let's add to Freddy's story instead. So that's much smarter. Even though those movies kind of become trash towards the end as well. They're
Yeah, but
they're
even when
better
they
than this movie.
also, which you can't really use in
Oh yeah. Ugh.
what?
Yeah, he's
Someone's.
he's the new Doomsayer. Oh, and here.
Oh, he's the Doomsayer. Okay,
yeah,
right.
and smack.
I just thought it would. Oh, someone's screaming. I guess it was nothing.
Oh yeah, yeah. He hears someone getting killed, and he doesn't say anything. He just okay.
Now, what I was saying was, which you can't really use those lessons in the Friday the 13th movie. Freddy, uh, the Freddy monster, or yeah, the killer Freddy,
Yeah,
he can create so many fun and original scenes because he's actually magic in the dream world. He can do whatever he wants,
Yeah,
and that's
exactly.
always going to be interesting. Well, with Jason, he mostly just kills people in kind of realistic ways.
Yeah.
There's only so many of those.
Yeah, that's what you start noticing in this one as well. Or like in most of the movies. The kills aren't that creative, but it hits like a low point in this one. This one and the seventh one, because they were like actively removing all the gore from the scenes to avoid an X rating. And
What?
yeah, and that's why we barely see any blood in this movie. I mean, there was a little bit when he killed the first girl on the ship. Then we got the scene now when he killed the girl with the guitar. We don't actually see her getting hit, but there's like a blood spatter on the screen. But other than that, they cut away from the gore all the time. And it's like, but that's the point of these movies. Like the first one, it's tame by today's standards, but it was a gory movie. That was the point.
Yeah, that's why people want to watch it.
Yeah, that's the horror aspect. They're not trying to like scare you with like mood or well thought out plot or anything. They want to scare you with a murder that kills you in a gory way. But yeah, the further these movies went along, the less gore and less kills were even like shown on screen. It's super weird. And here we have a boxing sparring session on this ship.
Yeah, super interesting. And this is really
do.
what I'm
Yeah.
watching this movie for.
Yeah, and every character in this scene, except for the guy in the red tank top, are gonna be dead in the next like 20 minutes, and none of them are gonna be integral to the plot or anything. He's the only one that gets off the boat with the other ones.
Oh.
It's so pointless. There's so many characters in this. They spend like the movie's gone for 25 minutes. And it's not even started yet. It's just they introduce a bunch of new characters all the time. Here's another one. He doesn't even have any lines. He's in 2 scenes. This one and when he gets killed. Spoilers. But they keep having these little moments like this scene and them looking at boys and they're gonna. He or she talks about doing drugs. There's this guy with the camera who's a little weirdy. There's so much. They're like trying to flesh out the characters. But it's poorly executed and therefore feels completely pointless. Especially since they're gonna get killed.
I just, because we were talking that I missed it, and you've seen this movie like 3 times now.
Yeah.
Why are they on the boat? Is it like a Sweet 16 or what is it?
They're the graduating class. They just finished high school, I suppose.
But is it the school or is it some rich guy? Is he?
No, it must be put together by the school because that old guy who is our lead character's uncle and the other the woman who drove the lead character to the boat, they're both teachers. Teachers of this class. So this is a school function.
Okay. Weird school function.
Yeah, because they have a it's a small thing and they don't really do anything about it, but they have a bar on the boat, and even if they're 18, the like drinking age limit in America is 21. So why do it on a boat with a bar? And I don't know. Why are they going to New York? And what are they going to do there? I don't know. It doesn't make sense. They just wanted to get Jason away from Crystal Lake.
There's so many better ways to do that.
Yeah, and there he is again.
At this point, this is part 8 in the series. At this point, they should do the thing that they did in like Jason X at the beginning of Jason X, like let the government get involved. And like this has been happening a while now.
Yeah, well, they do that in Jason Goes to Hell. That one starts with like I don't know, some sort of SWAT team blowing him up.
Oh right, yeah, I was thinking that one.
Okay.
I confused that with the beginning of Jason X.
But they do a similar thing in Jason X.
Yeah.
Where he's captured by the government and they're going to do experiments on him.
Yeah, so some of those do something like that.
Yeah.
And then take him somewhere else and then he fights his way out of there
Yeah.
to get back to Crystal Lake. And if you really want to have some teenagers, just throw some teenagers in too. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, and this, I know the director, he said in the actual commentary track for this movie that the reason he wrote it on a boat was because he wanted to do it like small cramped spaces, like down in the on the engine deck, running around and you're seeing shadows everywhere, and like, okay, that sounds interesting, but the problem is Jason is mostly on the upper decks where it's all just plain flat lighting everywhere, and he's just walking around. They don't even try to like make him menacing in this movie. At least in the other ones, he like runs around in the woods, and you can hide him somewhere. Here, he just walks around the corridors and the hallways.
They could also done it like the reverse, that he's kidnapped or taken by the government. He gets out of there, and then he goes on the first boat he sees to get home to Crystal Lake.
Yeah.
That would have made more sense.
Yeah. And now this scene is super weird. We don't even know who that guy is unless you like pay attention to the dialogue. That's
and who does
who
that?
does that? Yeah, because they cover his face. I mean, it's so he won't see Jason getting in here. But couldn't he just have closed his eyes so at least saw who it was? It's the guy in the green T-shirt who is boxing in the boxing scene.
Well, obviously.
Yeah, like they're giving him this speech about like, oh, I need to work on my left combo. It's like, what is this? Just kill him. They're like, I don't understand why they're trying to flesh them out. This is
flesh them out before they get killed.
Yeah, exactly. Just before they get killed. This is at least somewhat like a different way to kill someone. He shoves a smoldering rock into the guy's stomach.
I mean, that's a good kill.
It's a pretty good kill, but once again, we barely see anything.
Yeah, if we saw it.
Yeah, why didn't we actually? There we go. Okay, that's a little bit. Okay, but
And yeah, I gotta agree with you now when I'm seeing him in action a little. Yeah, I don't like the look of him in this movie.
No.
He's too.
But
I mean, disgusting.
yeah, he looks weird, and he's like constantly wet, which it makes sense, but it looks weird.
Yeah.
This is also like, I'm no expert on how boats are built, but there's no railing there. They're on the upper deck. Shouldn't there be? There's railing, and there's railing on the. But why is there a gap there? That seems super dangerous. Someone could fall in. I don't know. And here also, let's talk about what was cut in the movie. There was a much longer conversation between this girl. I don't even remember her name. Oh, there's this too. That's her connection to Jason, which is never really explored either. A much longer conversation between her and the teacher about her problems with water and trying to remember what happened to her parents and blah, blah, blah. But they cut that because the movie's too long. So they cut the story of the movie.
Yeah, obvious.
Yeah, it makes sense as you're making a Friday the 13th movie, but why like greenlight the script if you're just gonna cut the story when the movie's done? It's just so weird. Well, it's not really weird. It's because Paramount didn't give a fuck about these movies.
And I mean, for real, would you want those minutes in?
No, but it's weird that they would cut, like, if you're gonna try to write a proper story, don't cut that out. I see why they did. The first cut of the movie, the rough cut of the movie, was 2.5 hours long. I mean, most movies are very long when you just do the first rough cut, but for a movie like this, I don't know why you would even cut a 2.5 hour cut of a movie like this. You know it's going to be shorter. And once again,
God.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Him. Yeah. That's all he does. He just runs in after it happens and like pries her away from everyone else. He's overprotecting, but I'm not sure why. And he just grabbed her boob there. That really annoys me. Oh, yeah. And him again. It's just. But I was gonna say about the cinematography, it's also flat. Like he just ran in like a 2D, like a side-scrolling game. Just ran in, picked her up, and left the scene. There was no like changing of the angles, nothing to make it exciting even. Oh, and then there's this. Yeah, this is actually an exciting and fun scene here when they do the mirror shot. There, that's a very convincing, water mirror shot. That's like the only convincing like effects shot in the movie. And we get this, which looks but the first part when the hand comes out of the water, that's cool. And then we have some great acting here from whatever their name is. I have their names here somewhere, but I'm not going to look it up.
They're not worth it.
They're not, no. Oh, and this scene is sort of referenced in Jason X. When you have the teacher and the student, just like here, male teacher, female student. And she's like...
that I can't believe that they thought about.
Yeah, the nipple twister scene.
Yeah, I can't. I refuse to believe that they thought that much for that movie.
No, probably not. They just, but it's a trope. The student trying to get better grades by sleeping with her teacher. It just feels so forced. Like, why would he care? Because he mentions that earlier. Like, she still has to leave, turn in her biology project, which is this is her biology project. She says, to get her grade in biology, but they're on their graduation journey, their graduation party. Why does she need to care about her grades after the graduation?
Oh yeah.
I don't get it. This movie doesn't make sense. I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. And I don't like that we're 35 minutes into the movie and we still haven't even seen New York except for those B-roll shots from the beginning. That's actually another thing they cut from the movie. It was supposed to take place mostly in New York. They had and the idea was to make these like iconic New York scenes, like have like a fight on the top of the what's it called? Statue of Liberty, or
not Empire State.
No, not Empire State Building. They want to do something on the Brooklyn Bridge, have like a chase on the Brooklyn Bridge, have Jason walk through Times Square, which he does. It's the Times Square scene that comes almost in the end of the movie. That's the only scene that's actually filmed in New York, because it's too expensive to film in New York, so it's mostly filmed in Canada. And that's why it also mostly takes place on the boat, because they didn't have any money to film in New York. So the movie about Jason going to New York mostly takes place on a boat.
Of course.
It's
how would you have done it?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe set it in New York.
What? That's crazy.
I know. But that was that was also another idea for the script, to have it all take place on a boat. Rob Hedden, who wrote and directed this, he had a script where it all took place on a boat, and he had one script which all peekaboo, which all takes place in Manhattan. And they were like, oh, we really like those two ideas, but we can't greenlight a movie that takes place in Manhattan because it's going to be too expensive. So how about you put those two ideas together and we have some New York stuff in the end? And he's like, oh, okay. Can I do the scenes on the Brooklyn Bridge and the Statue of Liberty? No, that's too expensive. Just film some vague New York-y scenes in Canada. Oh, okay. That's basically the idea. Like, we don't care about your movie. Just make it for this budget. That's it. And even though the budget was $4 million, and he manages to squeeze another $1 million out of Paramount so they could actually film in New York.
Another thing that's kind of weird in this movie. I mean, maybe it's been in earlier movies, but this is the first movie I'm actually thinking about it.
Yeah.
That Jason seems like he's like he's careful and trying to hide
Yeah. Oh, this one.
who he is, and I don't understand why.
That's the most unflattering shot ever. Like
Yeah.
running naked headfirst into a mirror. That poor lady.
Yeah.
She even that's yeah. That's also a thing. Like when people, mostly women, get naked for shit movies like this, it feels so sleazy. And she even had reservations about doing it. It's like, I don't want to get naked for this movie.
Okay.
But she got talked into it by the director, who directed the scene naked. So, okay, fair enough. It's kind of weird. And she was on the right track. She shouldn't have done it. Not for this movie.
Yep. No.
Now she's gone.
But I mean, I don't understand. Jason, he's not supposed to be like methodical in this way that is here.
Yeah, he is.
He's supposed to be a force of nature.
Yeah, just walk around killing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he's done in every other movie that I remember, at least.
Yeah. And another thing that doesn't make sense, like, and that's why these Jason movies, they kind of need to take place in a smaller area, like Camp Crystal or Crystal Lake, where people are isolated and it's a small number of people without civilization around them. Because Jason, he doesn't care about who he kills. He just kills people. I mean, originally he killed campers because it was campers that killed his mother in the second movie. But then, it just becomes, he kills people who is invading his territory, basically.
Yeah.
But later on in this movie, and that still works on this boat, because he basically wants to kill everyone on the boat. But then when he's in New York, he is, like, ignoring everybody around him and just going after the people from the boat. It's like he is actively looking to kill them and not just killing people. Which kind of doesn't work.
No.
I mean, it could work if he had a goal with killing them, but that's not what Jason does, and that's why these kind of movies need to take place in a small, isolated area. I think.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and he's not the greatest actor either. Oh, here's the only kill we really see, and it's the most boring one.
Yeah.
At least we got to see it, and it's kind of a cool shot here when it opens up, but yeah, better than cut away. Gone.
Yeah, but regarding Jason, there's so many things that people just believe but it's never stated in any of the movies. Like, for example, that he kills people for. I think they mention it in Freddy vs. Jason, but that doesn't really matter at this point.
Yeah.
That he kills people that are unpure, or camp leaders who don't do their actual chores. They have sex or party, and they it's one of those the things that Mama told you not to do.
Oh right, yeah, because well that is kind of the theme. He kills for mommy. That's the whole kill, mom.
Yeah.
Thing.
But it's never actually stated in the movies, or never really hinted at. It's more like a fan theory that has become real.
Yeah.
And even in Freddy vs. Jason, then they go by that fan theory rules.
Yeah.
That he's weak to water, and he kills for mommy, and all of those things that never was a thing, really.
No. But that's kind of what makes that movie interesting. They actually flesh him out a little bit. But I always just assume that, in the second movie, he goes after, in the beginning of the second movie, he goes after the girl that killed his mother, and then they open up the camp again, so he's just gonna kill camp counselors because they are responsible for him dying. They were neglecting him, which that's fair, and that kind of works for the first 4 movies, and then then they move away from Crystal Lake. Like the 5th one takes place somewhere in the vicinity, but not really. And then the 6th one takes place somewhere else, I don't remember. And then 7th one is back at Crystal Lake, and then we have this one. And now he's not killing camp counselors or people in Camp Crystal anymore. He's just killing people because they're there. But then he ignores some people in New York and only goes after these people. There's no... You see, a movie doesn't have to be logical. It doesn't have to follow some sort of real-world logic as long as there's internal logic. This is what we learned in film school. What little we learn in film school. A movie doesn't have to follow like real rules, reality, as long as there's internal logic. Then it's fine.
Yeah.
This movie doesn't do that at all.
No.
And it's very annoying.
I guess I do think this is my favorite Doomsayer though. He just appears. You're all gonna die.
Yeah. I think I prefer the original one because he's so over the top. You're all doomed. You're all going to die.
Coming with that little bike down the road.
Oh, it's so stupid. I love him. But this one's pretty good too. Yeah, oh, and this is the big Oscar moment for this guy. I don't remember his name. His character's Julius. Okay. He's really trying to act there. School's out, McCullough.
That's what I call acting.
Yeah. Oh, and that guy in the purple sweater, I don't think he said anything in the movie. Just pointing that out. Oh, we forgot to mention that there's a little like backstory to that guy too, Jason or whatever he's called, the love interest. His father was the captain, and he wants his son to follow in his footsteps, but he's reluctant to become a captain. He wants to be something else. They don't talk about this at all in the movie though. There's one scene in the beginning, and then they just whatever, doesn't matter. Just like every character in this.
Doing?
She is dropping the anchor. They want to
Why?
stop the boat. I don't know. They want to stop the boat in the middle of the ocean, so they can't get to land and run away from Jason, I suppose.
Oh, of course. Yeah, sure.
I mean, that's a smart thing to do, right? Be stuck on a boat in the middle of the ocean with a supernatural killer. You don't want to get to shore and get off the boat.
No.
You want to stay on the boat. Obviously, yeah. All right. Yeah, he does the only smart thing here. Like, we're not going to lower the anchor. We're going to move on to New York and get away from the killer. No, it doesn't. It really doesn't make any sense. Good on you, sir. That's very dangerous. But, what time is it? Oh, it's 46 minutes, and Jason has not taken Manhattan yet.
No.
Yeah.
And he hasn't killed that many people either. But a lot of people have disappeared, mysteriously.
Yeah, remember all those kids we saw in the beginning?
Yeah.
Where are they? They're
in the room sleeping.
Yes, they're in another
sleeping
room.
through this whole ordeal.
I'm sorry, Jason. The victims are in another room. Oh, there he is again, just flat lighting. Just standing there.
Yep. Scary.
Really scary, yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, yeah, like these movies, I mean, they are technically horror movies, but they're not really supposed to be scary. They're supposed to be more, gory.
Yeah.
But they don't even try in this one. He just walks and stands.
Wait, why is she standing in the middle of rooms?
Yeah, but here they use cartoon logic. Look at this one. This is really fun, actually. You see, she's in a big... Well, she moves... No, she's stuck, right. She's in a big room with nowhere to hide, really. It's just a big circular room. Well, there's that bar they can't use. And now she looks around. Look, she looks almost like 360 degrees. Oh, yeah, and he can teleport now.
Okay, sure.
Still, she looks straight at him here in a second, and still he manages to catch her off guard. Look at this. It's gonna be any second here.
Yeah, he is actually teleporting here.
Yeah. Here, when she's turning around now, she looks all the way around the room. He's not there. He's not there. But now he's there! Like, it's like everything off screen doesn't exist, so you can just hop in and grab her. She was looking in that direction. Where was he?
The only way that could have made sense if he did that thing, you know, when he stands right behind her and moves when she moves.
Yeah, but
we saw
that wasn't the case. Yeah, it's so
there's
dumb.
No explanation.
Oh, and then he strangles her. Yeah, that's really fun. Why didn't he like shove her head into the disco ball or something?
I really do like that throw, though.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yes.
Ooh, here we have some more great acting from the main guy, Julius here. When nothing except this. So he's gonna take nothing but this gun.
Okay, sure. Cool line there, dude.
Yeah, and it's so poorly paced. Like nothing. Silence for 15 years. But this gun! Yeah, it's... This is the first scene that kind of takes place in that, you know, the dark underbelly of the ship, which is supposed to be where they wanted to set the movie, you know, to make it scary. Because this is more, you know, more in line with a horror movie. It's dark, it's damp, there's a lot of like railing, places to hide, shadows to move. You see there, shadows moving around. But this is the only time we're actually down here with Jason. Except for that one with the guitar lady in the beginning, but that was like 15 seconds. Ooh, I just noticed another like editing mistake. Earlier when we see him running around with the camera, there's no actual light attached to his light. There's no lamp in there, no bulb. Now all of a sudden there is. He decided to go and get one so he could use it as a flashlight because he was planning on using his camera as a flashlight, I suppose. I get that that's only like the line producer fucked up, but still, it's stupid. This is kind of interesting though. He doesn't have his glasses, so he uses the camera. Like, okay, they could do something with that. Like, oh no, he killed an innocent person. You just remember? It's the guy that didn't say anything before.
Oh, that guy.
That guy, you know him.
Oh no, not the guy.
Oh no! You're a killer, kid. And then, yeah, Jason appears. Like, oh, they could do something fun with the camera. He, like, punches the camera into his face. But no, he just rips it out of his hands. Okay. Why didn't he use the camera to kill him? Like in Hellraiser 3. When they turn him into a camera Cenobite. That movie's so stupid, but that's funny at least. Here we have a little bit of gore. It doesn't make sense, because, as we see here now, she has a hole in her head. I don't know how she got a hole in her head from being hit by a guitar, but there's blood.
You know, don't question it.
All right. And now he's dead. Because he got electrocuted. Somehow. That's fun. That was also, like every kill in this movie, that was a scene that was supposed to go on for a lot longer. He was like gonna scream and squirm and like be all set aflame, but you know, they had to cut it down. You can't have gore in your slasher movie. You gotta cut that out, you know. You gotta have scenes like this instead.
I was just reading a little about the movie while we're watching it. The director for the ninth one, Jason Goes to Hell.
Yeah.
His take on this movie.
Oh, I heard that. Yeah.
Let's see. Moving the story to New York was a great idea. What if the baddest guy went to the biggest city? It was just a terrible movie. he never really got there. They took the audience for a complete imbeciles.
Yeah.
Jason is supposed to take Manhattan, and in fact, he spends most of his time on a boat.
Exactly. Yeah. Sure. The idea is fun to have him run around New York. They kind of like make a joke out of that in the movie. When later in the movie they say, "There's a psychopathic killer chasing us," and the woman they're talking to is just like, "Welcome to New York." That's funny. But yeah, they don't. He's barely in New York, so yeah. Yeah, talking about that, I read an article from GQ, a guy called Scott Meslow, who last year and the year before, no, 2017, 2018, wrote like these articles about every movie up until Jason X, I think. And it's kind of funny because he says sort of the same thing here. Jason Takes Manhattan was Friday the 13th's great missed opportunity. Yeah, it would be a fun idea, but he basically says the same thing. Like they squandered it.
I saw what one reviewer actually gave it a favorable review.
Oh,
This movie.
really?
From the Philadelphia Daily News. And he said, the movie is gory and conventional, but the change of scenery and occasional dashes of humor make this one, well, a cut above the others in this uninspired series.
What?
The joke is that in New York, the largest gathering place for weirdos on the East Coast, Jason is just one of the crowd.
Yeah. If they did something with that. Oh yeah, speaking of reviews, yeah. On Metacritic, the highest it got was from Time Out, which gave it a 6 out of 10. And the like, oh, here we actually get, that's a good kill. That's a fun kill.
Yeah, that's a good kill.
Yeah. Too bad we didn't actually see
Oh,
it.
look at that Oscar.
Bye.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they wrote, for what it's worth, in parentheses, very little, probably the best in the series.
Oh.
It's like, no, that's not true. Oh,
Not even close.
just looking at the reviews, Los Angeles Times wrote, funny ad campaign, a real dunghill of a major motion picture.
Ad campaign? Ad for what?
That the ad campaign for the movie was fun because
Okay.
the original like teaser poster was the let's talk about this scene. Here, the actress is actually fearing for her life because you see that the glass shard.
Oh, that glass.
That's real glass that almost stabbed her in the throat. So it's real fear in her eyes here. Look, it almost touches her. Oh my god! I think there's one more scene of it. Yeah, right there. Oh my god. So yeah, she almost got her throat slashed.
Jeez.
They didn't think of that.
Oh wait, so he actually broke a real window with his bare hands?
Yeah, it might have been
Or heads? I mean,
head.
bare hands.
He headbutted the window. It might have been like prepared glass, but it was real glass, and it was actually like it was able to cut her, and it almost did. This is when they blow up the the engine. This is how they explain how all the other kids gets killed. Here, these 4 are supposed to be all those other kids we didn't see from the beginning of the movie.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, they're all put here in the restaurant, and then later in the movie they say, "Oh, I left all the other students in the restaurant," and he says, "There is no restaurant anymore," because I guess it exploded as well or something. I don't know.
Sure.
That's now they're taking care of that.
I gotta say, the inside of this ship does not match the outside of this ship.
No.
They have like this full actual kitchen and like a party room and kind of good corridors and kind of
a gym.
Yeah, a gym, a sauna.
Yeah, it's
well, the outside
huge.
it looks like transporting cargo ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, cargo ship.
Or even if it, it kind of looks like a cruise ship, but it looks much smaller.
Oh,
It,
I didn't say it.
no,
Didn't
you
say
should
the
have said
thing.
you're doomed. Yeah, I don't think once again, there's not really any internal logic here. The ship feels much bigger on the inside than it does on the outside. Here's something that could have been interesting. I don't know if it's this scene, but when the ship starts flooding and they have to like escape the flood, which they even rip that off in this movie, because the ending of the movie is them escaping a flood again. I think it's now. Yeah. That's that's a typical exciting action scene.
Yeah.
But they don't really they don't really do anything.
It worked in Titanic. It should work here too.
Exactly. It's the same thing. Ooh, you got I still have the reviews up here. You got a couple of zeros. Miami Herald putting this hackneyed villain in the Big Apple as a tantalizing concept. You see, everybody likes the idea, but Hedden, the director, rarely takes advantage of it. Ugh. He deserves credit for a few shocks and some laughs from a gloom and doom dick swabber. Yeah, but this is highly derivative stuff. Yeah. Now that was his Oscar moment.
Oof.
Did you see all the intensity? It's amazing. Yeah. Oh, and here's the...
It's goo.
There is no more restaurant because it's gone. We didn't see it get flooded or, but it's gone now. Oh no. Maybe it was him that was killing people. Or... Oh no. You can see the back plate wobbling, but that's fine.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's it's fine. We should have seen him hit him with the axe though. We need to see some more gore in this movie. Ooh, fun fact: we just passed the 1 hour mark. We're still not in New York.
Yay!
What the hell?
Jason takes Manhattan.
Jason takes a boat ride. And now he's just standing there watching them slowly move down the ladder. Why doesn't he cut the ladder? Why doesn't he jump down into the boat? He just stands
He's afraid. There. He's afraid of water.
Oh, right. He's afraid of water. That makes sense. I wish they actually explored that in this movie, but
That's why he swam to this boat from the other boats.
That's why we see him like in the water a bunch in this movie. Yeah. Because he's so scared of it.
Nah.
Let's see here. Ooh, yeah.
The fuck?
Oh yeah. The guy he threw off, Julius. He's still alive. He was underwater for the last 5 minutes, but that's fine. Another here, speaking of reviews, this is more of a legacy thing, but in 2007, Entertainment Weekly labeled Jason Takes Manhattan the 8th worst sequel ever made of all sequels.
Ooh.
I don't know about that, but
I mean,
there must be more, but it's pretty bad.
Well, I mean, that depends.
Okay.
There are probably worse sequels, but I mean, if you take a really bad movie which has a sequel.
Oh, sure.
So I mean, but if we say bad as in how much worse it is from the original, I would put it up there.
Yeah. And it really shouldn't be able to be that much worse than the original, because the original isn't that great.
No.
But they managed
not saying
to.
that.
No, I know. But it's like, how much worse could it get? Ooh, it gets much worse. And then there's this part. Like, now it feels like this is where you notice that it's really two scripts being like melded together, because why isn't how is Jason like just swimming underneath the boat or something? Because he appears just where they appear when they get to New York. Spoilers.
He's doing the what is it? Zombie 3 or Zombie 2 or
All
whatever.
right, Zombie 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Zombie Flesh.
He's just walking on the bottom.
Yeah. We actually see that in the 6th movie. He just walks into Crystal Lake and keeps walking towards a boat. So yeah, I guess he does do that. But I mean, why does he wait until they get to? Maybe he can't swim. Yeah, he has to walk all the way to New York to climb up.
He's on the bottom, like trying to grab the boat, but it's too high up for him.
He's just underneath, like, come on,
Come on,
get back here! I have to kill you! That would have been a fun scene. Why didn't we see that?
Because this is a serious horror movie. This is not a comedy,
Oh, that's right.
as you can see.
As you can plainly see. Oh, look, they're looking at nothing, because that's just a pickup shot. They're not. They're in Canada. They're not in New York.
Are they even in real? Real lake or
no,
real
they're probably
body of water?
They're in a pool. That's. It doesn't look like it, but that was probably a composite shot.
Oh yeah.
And here we are in New York, or Canada. I mean Vancouver, but it's New York.
But it's New York.
And this is a good line by the teacher. Well, not that, but this one. Like, okay, sorry, I got you from the middle of the ocean to New York
Yeah.
in a rowboat. Fuck you, man. I saved your life. Wonderful place to dock the boat.
And here it comes. Like, no, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
I'm gonna get you. And here we have, like, this was kind of a gag that people liked. Because he's looking at, hey, woo! It is kind of weird.
The competition.
Yeah, it is kind of weird that they didn't manage to get a hockey mask gag into the franchise before the 8th movie, though. No one making a goalie joke or a hockey joke or something. This is the first time. You know what? Kudos to you, Rob Hedden. You did something right in this movie.
One good thing.
One good thing. Oh, and it's New York, so you were there for 3 minutes and now you're robbed.
Yeah, that's how it is.
And now there's like I don't know, maybe it just feels long, but maybe it's just a few minutes, but it feels like it's a long time before we actually see Jason chasing them again. Like, now it turns into some weird, I don't know, concrete urban thriller thing. Where she gets kidnapped by these guys. She's drugged up and then they rape her. We don't see that, of course, because, and that's probably for the better, but still.
Wait, that happens?
Oh, yeah.
I have no memory of that.
This is New York. And they almost kill a dog. Oh, my God. Oh, Jesus. Quickly, before we get to that fun part, the drugging and the raping, Leonard Maltin, legendary film critic Leonard Maltin, gave the film a positive review, awarding the film 2 out of 4 stars, calling it the best in the series.
Jesus.
Maltin complimented the film's imaginative direction, but criticized the film's running time as being too long. Yes.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
Imaginative.
It's really imaginative, don't you see? The flat lighting, the long one takes, the great direction with the guy just standing there in the background, not being in the scene really. It's imaginative.
Jesus.
Cut.
No.
Cut. Close up.
No.
2 shots. Anything. It's still the same scene. There we go.
God. They did it. Chris, son of a bitch, did it.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, here we get, this is kind of stuff you want in our fun and exciting slasher movie. The back alley drug abuse and rape scene.
Ugh.
Yeah. It just makes it's a little too scuzzy. It's gross.
Yeah, that's fucking tasteless.
Yeah, that's what you. I was gonna say, yeah, that's what you expect from a B movie, you know, where they just they just exploit people. But I guess this kind of is a B movie.
Yeah, I guess.
But the other movies didn't do stuff like this.
No.
But they didn't take place in New York, I suppose. Well, now, yeah, thing of it, I guess he doesn't actually get to the rape, fortunately. But I mean, it's implied
Yeah.
that he's going to do it. But I think Jason saves the day, sort of, in a weird way. Yeah, here. This is probably the only time we like cheer for Jason. Like, yay! Stop the rapist, please. And here we kind of get a good kill, kind of. Because at least we see because he stabs him with the syringe. You see, we sort of see go through him. Not really any blood, but something.
That's a good reaction.
Yeah, proper New York reaction. Like, who the fuck are you?
Just killed my buddy.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are you?
And then she's in the background trying to get away from the corpse.
Yeah. Jesus. I mean, she has to be. I don't know how long it takes for heroin, but she has to be starting to get high.
Yes, I was going to mention that because she comes down from that high pretty damn fast. Like she was shot up with heroin, and now she's running around.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not an expert.
Me neither. I've never tried it, but I mean,
No.
it's supposed to be a very disabling drug, from what I've seen and heard. But it wasn't that much. It was probably cheap heroin.
Just a little heroin.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Just to take the edge off.
Ooh, and here, another glass-related injury. He actually, I think he was actually cut by the glass here. Here, when he grabs him, I think he was cut somewhere on his arm. I read somewhere. So, a lot of glass injuries. Ooh, and here we get to the most boring scene in the movie. The boxing scene.
Oh, right.
Where they should have had a boxing match between Jason and Julius, the character.
But it's a good ending, right?
Yeah, it's a good payoff, but it's so long, and it's just him punching Jason and him not doing anything.
What were we gonna say? There was supposed to be a boxing match.
Yeah, it should have been like them actually boxing up here, fighting. But Jason just takes it.
Yeah.
It's until the end of the scene, of course, but here, make something fun. He just stands there, do something. And he keeps punching that mask. That must hurt.
Yeah. If you're gonna punch someone, don't punch him in the hockey mask. Yeah. The hockey mask is made to take a beating.
Yeah.
From pucks.
It's supposed to take a puck. Yeah, at 60 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Your fists aren't gonna do shit. I almost thought Jason, because I hadn't seen this in many years. Here he starts going for the body. I thought in the end here, because they're walking towards the edge of the building, that he was just going to step aside and the guy would just jump off the building. But what they do is it's actually kind of fun. It's kind of tame, though, with the blood, of course. But
yeah, I mean,
it's kind of fun.
This is too long.
Yeah, why are they...
At least put some fucking music behind it.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Do anything.
Nope. Again. And again. And one more time. Yeah. This one's gonna do it. Oh, okay. Almost.
They should do one of those where Jason just gives him like one punch and he goes down and then he gets back up.
Yeah, like you think
and
he's
then
gonna
another,
make it.
Yeah, and then another punch and he goes down, then he gets back up. So you get some... This is just a guy fucking
punching Jason, and then
Mm.
here, one punch from Jason,
Yeah.
which is that's pretty good. It's a terrible prop head,
Oh.
but still.
Yeah,
Yay!
Score.
At least that's something. Oh look, she's a little disheveled from all the heroin they shot her up.
Oh,
Where am I going? Where am I? Why do I feel so cold yet so warm? Oh look! Oh, I actually missed this. You see, her vision's a little blurry.
Yeah.
So I guess heroin is kind of like drinking too much booze.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jason is here. What the hell? We left him in the ocean. Nope, he's here. Oh my god. And now they're all like, you see, this is what I was talking about before, like why the idea of them being in Manhattan is kind of fun because it's something new. It also doesn't work because Manhattan or New York is huge. And they are all split up now. And somehow we're supposed to believe that Jason can still find them. I don't know. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
It works towards the end when he's actively chasing the two main characters. But here it's just like they're all spread out over such a big area that Jason shouldn't be able to find them. But I mean, he's Jason, so he can.
Yeah. I mean, he
can
can teleport now.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
He can teleport. We actually saw him teleport.
Yeah.
Oh, and here's some more like thought put into the thing Jason does, because he's as we see here in a second, he's actually like actively made an effort to scare his victims because he put the head in the police car.
Yeah, and that means he went down in the dumpster and just, where did I put that head?
Yeah, and he knew that policeman was gonna help them, and not just one of the thousands of policemen in New York. I don't know.
Oh.
At least there, you know, he didn't. Oh, no, he's there. Okay.
Teleport.
He killed the cop. We didn't see it, but he killed the cop. So now he actually
Yep.
killed someone else.
Yeah.
Just randomly. I just
He
watched...
did kill the druggie too.
Oh, that's true. That's
the
true.
gangster guy.
That's true. Man, I saw this movie. I just saw this movie. Oh yeah, this is great. Still frames.
What the? Oh, still.
This is that imaginative direction that
Yeah.
Leonard Maltin saw. Oh, and now they all died because no one had a seatbelt on.
Ugh.
Yeah, and that was more about her backstory, about her seeing Jason as a kid in the lake. There it was, and now it's gone. All right, they just left her in the car. Guess they didn't know how to kill her off, so they blew her up. Which I guess is technically manslaughter from our main protagonist. Now she killed that teacher. She was driving the car.
Yep. Great.
Right.
This is our hero.
Yep. I mean,
But she was high on heroin at the time, so
that's true. That's true. That'll make things even better.
yeah.
And here we have the great resolution of her character arc in a flashback. I guess, yeah. Still, the heroin is making her see this, I suppose. But she was having like weird flashbacks of Jason as a kid before. Are they trying to say that she was always?
She was high on heroin the whole time.
Oh
That's
my
why she.
God.
That's why she took it so well and could run away, because she knew.
She's a hardcore heroin druggie.
Yeah. That was just. She needs a lot more than that.
And here, yeah. So here's the big payoff for that character arc, if there really is one. That her uncle he's overprotective, but he's also kind of an asshole for some reason. We don't know why. Because here he's gonna. Well, yeah, we'll see it in a second.
Yeah.
He just she says she can't swim, and he just you'll learn, and throws her into the lake. Like, why? Obviously, some of his backstory must have been cut out of the movie. But why keep this part then? Now he just seems like he's like evil for no reason. Like, why would you do that? Just push her into the water. Why?
Well, I mean, it could be that they don't explain, that they cut it out, but it could be one of those, if I throw you into the lake, you can learn to swim kind of thing.
Yeah, okay.
You know, as some people do for teaching, which is fucking weird, but...
Yeah. Oh, and she saw Jason as a kid. In the
which
lake.
doesn't make sense either.
No.
Because, I mean, Jason fell down the lake in 1957, I think it is.
Yeah, something like that.
And then, what is it, like 15 years or something after that, the mother kills?
I don't remember.
Oh.
Maybe he was born in 57 and he drowned like in the early 70s or late 60s or something like that. I don't remember.
Oh.
The timeline doesn't really work in these movies as well because...
What?
No. Yeah. Because in the end of the first movie, he is still a kid when he jumps out of the lake and grabs the final girl.
Yeah.
And then in the second movie, he is grown up, even though it takes place 5 years later.
Yeah, but we can chalk that up to just because it's supernatural. I mean, that's...
Okay, yeah, sure.
That he grows up fast is...
I don't know. Yeah.
Let's see here.
Oh, look, he's alive. They weren't able to kill him with a car. Big whoop.
Okay, so the summer of 1958,
Okay.
he drowns, and the camp is closed. At 1979, it's reopened.
Oh, okay.
With a mother.
Yeah, okay. So that's the first movie then.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And this one is... wait, what? Oh, this one isn't even in the timeline. No, wait, here we go. Yeah, so this is in 1989.
Okay. But
so
the second movie should be 1984 or 5? If it's 5 years after the first movie. So the third, fourth, fifth.
No, wait,
sixth...
no. It was released 1999. It's supposed, for the timeline. It's supposed to be. This is supposed to be 2002.
What?
Yeah. If you go through what they, when they talk about 5 years later and so on.
Yeah, exactly. Because otherwise, the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh movie would have to take place in like 3 years.
Yeah. So this is definitely 2002.
Well, then allow me to nitpick some more. Because in the opening scenes of Times Square, we see a big a poster for the 1989 Batman movie. Yeah. Hello. Yeah, they're not following some sort of like canonized timeline in these movies. And
but
her hair is not early 2000s, please.
But even in their own timeline, then, if their own timeline was correct,
yeah,
that means she is about 34 years old.
She was a slow learner. She graduated. She graduated high school when she was 30. Yeah, whatever, man. Don't judge her. Oh Lord.
This could also be an alternative universe where Batman Begins was released 2002, not 2005.
That makes a lot of sense. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a perfect moment to mention that that guy, whatever his
Yeah.
name is, he got the part like last minute because they had another guy cast for the role, but he didn't have any was it. I think they call it like sexual chemistry with the main protagonist.
Mhm.
So they picked that guy because he seemed to have better chemistry with her, which I don't really see.
No.
They don't. Once again, we don't really get a lot of scenes between them, but in that one scene, I don't see it.
Mm.
But now we're like actually in a more
Now the fun begins.
yes, because this is more iconic New York setting, the subway.
Yeah, but what we get now, this is what people wanted this entire teleporting season. This is what we wanted this movie to be. The entirety of this movie.
Exactly. You want like 15, 20 minutes of setup and then like an hour and 10 in New York.
And now there's 17 minutes left of the movie.
There! And here, like, why is he ignoring everyone else on the train? And why is Rory Culkin sitting there? This is great. Defeated by the brakes.
Oh no!
But then he's up in less than a second and just fuck you. That worked. Now what, kid? Oh.
Damn it! Doors.
Look, why doesn't he kill all the other people there? Why does he single out those two? I mean, we get it because the script says so, but what is the logic behind it?
Yeah, there should be more just haphazardly killing things.
Yeah, why didn't he just slash a bunch of people in that subway cart?
Does Jason become doubly alive now?
I don't know. Yeah, now he's Super Jason. Ooh, that's why he's magical in the next movie.
But he can teleport in this one.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
So...
I don't know. Don't ask me these questions, please. You're only confusing me. I think you can see him breathe almost. No, not here. And now there's just like this I guess it's the false sense of hope if you're speaking dramaturgical rules. But it just feels like the movie just stops here now for like a minute or two. What? Ooh, there's a... That guy wasn't wearing any pants.
It's New York, man.
New York. Yeah, that's true. Look at all these early 2000 signs.
Yeah. Like Diet Coke.
Yeah. Oh, there's the Batman poster again. Yeah, this is actually filmed in New York on Times Square, which is why they have this long scene of just filming New York. They're squeezing every second of footage out of this.
I mean, so would you.
Oh yeah, of course. But it's like, why does it become like a sightseeing movie here where they're just, oh, look at all the lights? I mean, they don't live that far from the city. They must have seen it before. Look at them. They're like, oh my god.
This is actually the actor's real emotions after being in Canada for so long.
Yeah. And here comes, in a second here comes the one really, really good scene of the movie. Shouldn't she see? Oh, she's looking. Oh, there. No? Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, yeah. Oh,
there.
Oh, yeah.
Yay! Jason is actually in Manhattan. And that works. You see, nobody cares that there's a zombie murder. This is the guys from the beginning of the movie. They're still sitting there.
Been there for a while now.
Weeks later. And here it comes. The best scene in the movie. Slime big. And this, having a little fun with the Jason character here. Like, he knows his face is weird, so... You see, they almost acted there. They almost acted better than the main characters of this movie, or main actors.
Yeah.
And now it's over. Now we're back in Canada, in British Columbia.
I just realized a thing.
Yeah?
His mask. He hasn't been attacked in the head in this movie, right?
Nope. No, this is even like this is a fake like Halloween mask that he takes from the guy in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah. But why does he have the?
Oh, we just missed it when she says "Welcome to New York."
Oh.
That guy. You see the tall guy there?
Yeah.
That's Ken Kersinger, who plays Jason in Freddy vs. Jason. And here he throws him into the wall, and he's out of the movie. But
yeah, because he had that scar in the mask. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
which he got in an earlier movie from an axe, right?
In the fourth movie, when they actually kill him.
Yeah.
Well, but I guess if maybe it's like Jason merch. Maybe there's there exists like Jason merch. So the guy in the beginning of the movie.
But I don't think it
Jason
had that
mask?
thing in the beginning of the movie.
Not
sure though.
I don't
Not
remember.
100%, but I don't think so.
I don't remember. I have blacked out everything about the movie. I'm just looking at it like 1 second at a time, and then forgetting what happened 1 second ago. Oh no! He followed them. And now we're in the sewers, where for some reason the entire sewer system floods with toxic waste every night. You know,
As they do.
As they do, you know.
Welcome to New York.
Yeah, welcome to New York. Yeah, remember when we were in New York in this movie? That was fun. Now we're in sewers. There's still 10 minutes left of this movie. How is that possible?
Yeah, I don't know.
Ooh, look at that! You see the moody lighting? That almost looked a little creepy.
They tried.
I actually forgot about that shot. This looks pretty cool. With overhead lights. Okay. Fair enough. Imaginative direction. I gotta give him 2 out of 4 stars for that. I think they run into someone here. Oh, yeah. He just jumps out. Oh, look, it's John Carpenter. It's not John Carpenter.
No, I know.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So be sure to not flush your toilet or use any water after midnight, because, you know, the entire sewer system is full of toxic waste. So if your bathroom clogs up, you're going to have a bathroom full of toxic waste. Just, oh my God. Oh. We almost saw the kill. I guess we technically saw the kill.
Yeah, technically. I'll allow it.
Oh.
Oh no, not a light.
Flashlight.
You get me in the lake, and you're not gonna get me now.
Okay. So that wasn't just something she saw. He was actually in the lake. How? Well, yeah, we discussed it. Yeah, we know how it doesn't actually work. But I mean, it's just so bad. It's so stupid. Nah.
Still high on heroin though.
Oh yeah, exactly. Ooh, and here comes the worst makeup in any movie ever. When he takes off the mask here. Look at that!
Yeah.
That's in $1 million movie! He looks like a Muppet! And they have a similar shot in the last movie when he takes off the mask, and the face looks kind of similar, like skull almost, but with
Yeah.
skin on it. But it looks much better in that movie. It looks like 10 times better, and actually is like a little creepy.
I never
This-
liked the skull thing that Jason got in the later movies.
No,
I mean,
no, it's a stupid
it's-
thing, but at least it looked
it's-
better in the last one.
No, I mean it's understandable because he's like actually decaying throughout the movies.
Look at that. The color in his face doesn't even match the rest of his head. Looks like he had a mask under his mask.
Yeah. Teleport.
Oh! This is the exciting finale of the movie.
No.
Oh,
I'm really just so tense.
oh, but here comes the toxic waste that always floods the. Oh, now that scene, I thought that was
Yeah.
a puppet that you just shoved a hose into.
Yeah.
But that's actually Kane Hodder throwing up like gallons of water that he just chugged before they shot the scene.
Huh.
So that's commitment.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, he actually just threw up on camera. And that's how they defeat him.
Well, I don't think they defeated him. That's how Manhattan defeated him.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's not even them. They just, waited for the toxic waste. Oh my god.
And I think toxic waste. I don't think that's enough. I mean, that's some acid. That's some corrosive acid.
Yeah.
That's not toxic waste.
Oh, no, all toxic waste is corrosive. It's basically acid. That's why it doesn't eat through the concrete. It
Of
only
course.
eats through psychotic zombie killers.
I mean, when you put it that way.
Yeah, exactly. And it also turns these psychotic zombie killers into little children again.
Oh.
Like, I guess it's supposed to be like some sort of like metaphor for them, like killing the monster and turning him back into the innocent child. But it doesn't make sense because
No.
the movie isn't really ambiguous like that in any other scene. It's just here. There's the mask. It's all burned from all the acid in the toxic waste.
So he became a kid, and then they just left him there.
Yep.
Okay, sure.
And also, when they were making this movie, this was kind of supposed to be the last one. They allowed Rob Hedden, the director, to actually kill him more or less indefinitely because
Yeah.
they didn't want to make any more movies after this because they weren't really making that much money anymore. So this was supposed to be the end of Jason. That's
That's the worst end of a kill of a like big bad ever.
yeah. And then we have the fake out here. Oh no, he's crawling towards them. Oh, it's just a dog. Okay.
Mm.
Everything's okay. And yeah, that's what we end the movie on. This is probably New York as well, I think. I'm not sure that we were not really seeing any landmarks. Well, yeah, there's Times Square. Okay.
Just quickly before the end there,
Yeah.
I was just the timeline, which I did not know for
Okay.
these movies. The second, third, and fourth all are on the same year.
What?
Yeah. In universe, that is.
Oh my god. Okay.
So
Well,
they
that-
are all 1984. So the second one is in July 13. The third one is the day after. It's a direct sequel. So that's July 14th.
Okay.
And then The fourth one, the final chapter, all, starts exactly after that one. So that's July 15th.
Okay.
And then there are. Then we wait for Tommy Jarvis to grow
Okay.
up, and then to resurrect Jason
Yeah.
in the sixth one. So that's 1991, roughly.
Wait.
And
Which one was 91?
that's when he Jarvis digs him up when he's like a teenager.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we have to wait for him to grow up. In between there is the fifth one, but he's not in that. So Jason, that is.
No, exactly.
And then at the end of that one, he's trapped in the water, and the director said he was in the water for 10 years before the seventh one.
So the seventh one takes place in 2001.
Yeah. And the year after that is this one, 2002.
What? You know what? I ain't buying it.
And then the big question: this list doesn't have it, man. But when is the ninth one? In that case,
Yeah.
because that's a while after. Because they keep talking about that he's been on a killing rampage for years.
Yeah.
Before the government goes in, it's like hundreds of victims.
I think they're referring to other movies though. But what's an even better question is, how did he become Jason again? He was turning to the little kid.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But you know what? At least the movie's over now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you give it?
Oh, it's I would give it 2 out of 4. I mean, it's a little long, but it's some imaginative direction at least. No, I don't know. I give it like a 2 maybe out of 10.
Yeah, I'll give it a 2 out of 10 too.
I'm not really sure why I'm even giving it a 2, but I do like the scene where he kicks the boombox.
Yeah, that I mean, that scene and the subway scene, when he pushes the lady,
Yeah.
and when he punches a guy's head off. I mean, those three scenes together, I think it's worth a 2.
Yeah. And no, that's about it. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Now the movie's over.
Now the movie's over. Thank God. Well, thank you to everyone. I didn't look at it, but if anyone was watching, thank you for watching. And if you're watching this afterwards in the archives, thank you for watching. Next week we're not doing a commentary track. We're just doing a regular discussion, but we're gonna talk about a horror movie. So it's still October. We're talking about Leviathan, if I'm not wrong. The underwater horror movie. And the week after that, we are doing a discussion about The Abyss, which is, I guess it's not technically a horror movie, but it's, sci-fi action horror sort of. And we're going to compare those two because they have some interesting similarities. But that's for later. So thank you for watching. Leave a like if you liked it. Leave a dislike if you disliked it. Tell us in the comments what you think of Friday the 13th Part 8. Which one is your favorite? Is this your favorite? Are you crazy? But if you like these kind of videos, hit the subscribe button and the little bell thing so you're always updated when we release new stuff. But until next time, have a good one. Bye.